Obama's decided to get tough. Who's he getting tough with? The auto workers. So they say, hey, you know what? If you want more bailouts, GM is looking for another $17 billion in bailouts. Chrysler is looking for another $5 billion in bailouts. You're going to have to restructure all of your contracts. Now, executive pay as well, but also the unions, you're going to have to both lower your salaries and at the same time, well, your pensions, we're not sure if we're going to pay those entirely either. We're going to switch them over to another financial vehicle, and you might not get all of it. So wait a minute. What happened? I thought there was a sanctity of contracts. Larry Summers, when it came to the bankers, I saw him. He was all over TV. Top economic advisor to the president saying, oh, no, you plebeians, you peasants don't understand. There's this thing called contracts. Oh, really? Oh, I didn't know that. Well, look at that. They got a contract. The UAW has a contract with GM and Chrysler and Ford. Is that going to get... Oh, no, they're workers. Who gives a damn about their contract? Screw them. So when it comes to the workers, here's what they do with the contract. Oh, yeah, your contract? Here's your here's your contract. I don't give a shit about that. Okay, now, how about my the bankers' contracts? Wait a minute! We have to reserve the propriety of contracts. Don't you peasants know anything? We're so smart, we know much better than you. Look, do I think that the unions might have to renegotiate because these companies are in a lot of trouble? I do. I'm not an unreasonable guy. I mean, it's like they talk down to you and they roll their eyes as if you're not the one making sense. You're the one not making sense. So, yes, workers, if we restructure that so that those companies can survive, I can live with it. But what I can't live with is when the top bankers in the world, who lost all of their money, who lost so much more than GM and Chrysler combined, I can't even begin to tell you, when they come and they say, no, you can never renegotiate any of our contracts. We are going to get paid no matter how disastrously we perform. And by the way, the GM workers and the Chrysler workers, they did not perform badly. It was not their fault. And you want to talk about a contract? They had a lifelong contract. They said your pension is going to be there when you retire. And they worked their whole lives expecting that pension to be there. But that they'll rip up in a second, in a heartbeat. But when it comes to the bankers who screwed us out of all the money, no, their contracts we have to preserve. So I'm sorry, we already paid Goldman Sachs. While we're trying to figure out how to nickel and dime UAW, Goldman Sachs already got $13 billion of taxpayer money funneled through AIG. Because they had to be paid first. Look, I didn't ever think I'd be in this situation. I really didn't. I growing up conservative, growing up a Republican, and this whole populism, I never bought into populism, etc. But it turns out the populists were right. Okay? I mean, these guys, they robbed us, man. I don't know. Everything I read, I get the same thing, and it's so frustrating. Look at Obama coming out sounding like he was, the president said that if the companies were not willing to make the changes and restructurings that are necessary, then I'm not willing to have the taxpayer money chase after bad money. Well, okay, that's great. How about the bad money we sent after AIG and Goldman Sachs and all those guys? How come you weren't a tough guy about that? I don't know why Obama won't stand up to him. I don't. It's maddening. It's really, really frustrating.